Welcome to our Two Posh podcast. I'm Gabrielle. I'm here with my daughter Marcella.
Hello.
Our co-host Bernie.
Hello.
And DJ Spider.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Today's episode, we're jumping right into this one because I have a feeling that there's a lot of questions. So, confessions of a high-class callboy, male escort, Gigolo, who earns up to $15,000 per client. And he reveals what women really want.
So you found my memoirs.
I was going to say.
Gino my brother wants to be a gigolo now.
No
After
kidding.
reading.
So $15,000, like how long? Is that over the course of how long per client?
Well, it was really funny because my son walked into the office yesterday and he saw this when I was preparing for it. He goes, $15,000. I want to do it. I was like, oh my goodness.
And they're paying all the expenses?
It's like a sugar baby, but
Wow.
the guy version.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So this particular guy is 25 years old. He was working as a personal trainer for a gym when he decided to explore the world of male escorting.
I feel like he probably met his first client,
Yeah.
personal training.
I
Yeah.
bet so. 4 years later, he is from Spain and he was based in Sydney. He's charging wealthy women $500 per hour, and
What?
he can earn up to $15,000 a week.
Wow. That's
I wonder, do men have like a sheet like that one girl I talked about? Like they have their own like menu?
Of
Like,
what
I'm
they
sure
do.
they do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
they've got to.
That's just a good business thing to do.
Yeah, they have to because I'm
Here's my
imagining.
website, my call girl website.
Well, I mean, that's the whole thing. I'm imagining the same way girls do it, guys got to do it. Because there are plenty of wealthy women out there who I'm assuming
Lonely.
that are lonely, that have money, that don't want to go out there and chase and go to bars and all that stuff. Wow.
Right?
But they're going to pay $500 an hour.
But if you have the money, it's
I
not
know.
it's not the
Doesn't
thought
matter.
process. Shoot.
This guy, he leads a double life as a high-class male escort, catering to the sexual whims of strangers, including single mothers, business women, and girls as young as 18 who want to lose their virginity.
Really? To him?
Oh.
I mean, he's clearly got to be a really good looking guy. But, I mean, what 18-year-old girls don't have a problem finding a guy who wants to take the virginity from them?
I don't know.
That's crazy.
Maybe
Oh.
they're not that good looking.
Could be. But still, we're going to pay a gigolo to bang you?
No,
I mean, that's the whole thing. 'Cause
I would not.
Well, but here's the thing. I'm curious because guys tend to, girls have it a lot easier because you have dick pics being thrown at you and guys are, banging away at trying to bang at you or bang you. But
Bang at you.
like,
Bang at
that just did not sound right. But you know what I meant. So, but this is really interesting because,
Is it?
because I think I've always thought, there's plenty of guys out there who it's not hard to date, but I thought it was just so easy for girls compared to.
I don't know.
Yeah.
This guy's ad promises everything from the boyfriend experience and being a romantic date at social events or raunchy 50 Shades of Grey role plays.
Wow.
Is there a price? Like, if you want me to 50 Shades of Grey you, this is going to be more expensive. Is that him?
Let's see.
But he's good looking.
He's an okay looking guy.
He looks a little gay, but
$15,000 though. He looks, he's a handsome guy, but he looks kind of,
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I'm hating on him. Like, he's stupid. But he's getting $15,000 a day.
He
a
revealed
week.
that women really want what women
I
really
can't wait
want
to hear this.
behind
because
closed doors and why his clients choose to pay for sex. I've been paid a couple of times for a full week experience. That goes for $15,000, a full week with me, expenses excluded. I received a $1,000 tip once from a husband who wanted me to have sex with his wife.
What?
I've heard of that, though. I've heard of that, where guys want some dude to bang their wives. I've heard of it.
And watch.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we've had Emily Austin on here, our porn star friend, who
Mhm.
her husband loves it.
When someone else is banging her?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's
Actually, several people. He goes like
Black guys.
last.
Real. So what's the rationale behind that? Like,
I am not.
Have you talked
I would
to
like
him?
to ask her. No, she
We
never
did-
gave us
she
the
did.
rationale.
She she said that that's what turns him on.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's how that's what turns him on. And then
They've been married for over 10 years.
Yeah.
That is not a long time. That
To
is a
me,
long time. No, that is a long time. It lasted 7, so
I feel
that
like-
felt like eternity.
Yeah.
I feel like when you're a porn star and you are still married for 10 years and then your husband, like, it actually is good for their marriage that, like, and she's madly in love with her husband, like, madly in love. Like, she loves him so much, but he loves watching her get banked by
black guys,
several
at a time sometimes.
I'm sorry.
She has told that the most, I think, was 6 or 7.
What are you holding her hair? Hold my hair, babe. Like, is that what?
And then
he
he
just watches.
He just watches.
That just okay. That doesn't make any sense to me.
I mean,
Right?
but
No, that's
That's
crazy. I couldn't.
I am way too jealous, I guess.
I'm way
if
too
that's-
prude for that. I'm not prude. I don't think
Yeah.
I don't consider
Prude,
myself
yeah.
very prude at
It
all.
certainly seems to work for them, though.
It does.
Dude, that's insane.
To each their own.
Mhm.
Yes.
This particular couple, they seemed very pleased with my performance and the experience as a whole. He says, I make a good living. I see a couple of clients at least once a week, generally a few hours each time.
Wow.
And then he does whatever he wants the rest of the time,
Yeah,
I'm
no
assuming.
kidding.
From dinners to weekend stays and travel companions, he can also be hired by the hour or, like, I guess.
So does it
just-
say if he has an actual career as opposed and that and the same?
I think it does both. I think he's still a personal trainer as well.
Once
Wow.
a week for an hour.
Gosh, dude, that's insane.
Which I do know some girls like that.
that
What?
like what?
Say it's weird because they all say they're personal trainers, but they say they're working or that's their career and they go to work for they go train for an hour a week, but the rest of the time they have their sugar daddy.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah.
Just
But on Facebook, they're personal trainers, and to maybe their current partner, they're working.
oh my gosh! And they're cool with it. They understand what they're doing.
Oh
and
no,
they're-
the partner has no idea what
No.
they're doing. They think they go to work.
Okay, back up a second.
Okay,
Hold on.
yeah.
So they're with somebody else. They're dating someone.
Mhm.
Yes.
They have a partner.
Yeah.
Husband, boyfriend.
Boyfriend,
something,
uh-huh.
right? And they're personal trainers, but their boyfriend doesn't know they're also escorts. Or
Right. I know. So much extent of this lie goes to actually leaving for work every day and parking their car somewhere else and just hanging out at a friend's like apartment.
their friend. Their
No, just a girlfriend because they only
Oh.
have to see
oh my
They only have to
gosh, this is
see-
insane.
they only really have to see sugar daddy, or if they're with someone for money, they only have to see them only a certain amount of time every once in a while. So,
So
for
what-
the rest of the time, they just go hang out, have fun, drink, take every day to
Oh
do whatever
my
they want,
gosh.
shop,
So
whatever.
what kind of money do you see your friends making from doing that?
Your friends.
I mean, they are.
Or your acquaintances? These people. What kind of money do you see them making a week or a month?
I don't really know those details because I do know that one of them, like once a month, will get like a good 5,000 like a month.
Wow.
To see them maybe only twice.
Sex and everything included.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah, all that. And sometimes they're out of state, so this becomes a trip. Like we're going on a girls trip.
Wow.
And then they do like it when they bring another one along, like another girl.
they get extra money for that too.
Mhm.
Wow.
But the boyfriend thinks that they're, which I don't know how they don't get caught, but eventually maybe. But yeah, they think that they're going to work and they're just not.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is
So
always
girls are as bad. Just this conversation proves that girls are as bad as guys.
Yeah.
Some girls.
some girls.
Just like some guys.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, not all, but yeah,
most
the,
guys get the rap of being guys are this or that, and girls are just
the
as bad.
sugar baby girls are pretty rough.
Yeah.
Like I mean, that's as far as shadiness goes, for
Oh,
sure.
I can imagine.
That
Oh.
is living a lie. But they're personal trainers too.
That's unbelievable. Wow.
So this guy says, my regulars love to spoil me. I get flown in first class if I travel with them or share amazing experiences together. Wait, now see, he doesn't have another job. He works as a full-time male escort for my male companion. This is a
So he's
website.
proud of it, really.
Mhm.
Well,
At least he's honest.
how old is he?
25.
29 now.
Yeah, that's
He
just-
started at 25.
That's stupid in thought process because when we're young, we're all stupid. I remember I never did shit like that, but I was
never an
proud.
escort?
Yeah, I was never an escort. I would do stupid stuff in my 20s very proudly. That I'm now in my 40s. I'm like, fuck. It's like I hope no one ever finds out about that.
Thank
But-
God there's no social media.
Shoot,
Back
for
then.
sure. There was
Even when
there
I was young.
There was MySpace back then.
Yeah, but not like it is now.
I know.
You still had to use like an actual camera.
Isn't that
Take
crazy?
pictures.
I forgot about that. Upload them and everything. Yeah, I remember that.
Isn't
Yeah.
that funny?
It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
So women really want the ultimate fantasy a man can ever be and provide. The prince and the shining knight. The ultimate lover in and outside the bedroom. They also want to possibly impress others and have a great companion next to them, making them feel like a real woman. Giving them the true attention they deserve after being distracted by anything else. Alex said time and disappointment are usually the two main factors women hire a male escort.
That totally makes sense. I mean, just like a second ago, where someone who has the resources to do that, maybe they've been screwed over by someone, and it's just easier too.
But what do you tell people when you go to an event with people with this person? What do you tell them? Like,
Well, if you're single, right? I would imagine. I'm guessing.
Okay.
I've never experienced this. I'm
Yeah.
worried, but I'm making an assumption. If you're single and you're dating, it's just someone you're dating, right? This is
True.
a friend, right? You can look at it that way. And if it's for either way, if it was an older guy who showed up with a hot 20-something-year-old, everyone's gonna high five or whatever they do now,
Yeah.
right? Same thing I'm assuming for a woman too. If you're an older woman who shows up with a handsome 20-something-year-old, wouldn't most people
you're like, hey,
be like,
hello.
hey,
Yeah.
so I think it's both ways. But I mean, I would imagine unless you're telling someone that most people don't know you're paying that person to.
It's true. It's
Yeah.
a good point.
It's still a man's world. Women by far have much more demanding lives and responsibilities than men, but equality is also coming up strong. Women want the same opportunities that men have always had. Alex said the best part about his job is the sex, and he only draws the line when the opposite sex requests him for his services.
Wait, what? Yeah.
He won't do guys.
Yeah.
Spider. Good interpretation. We're like, what?
He goes, I love the sex. It's a pleasure, and I get high seeing someone orgasm because it's like a drug to me. Money and the lifestyle are also very addictive, he said.
That's not hard to see how that's addictive to get to.
Especially a guy.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I think guys are way more. I'll give that than girls. There's some girls who are definitely into the physical part and sex and all that, but you're right. Guys were way more physical than.
He
most.
goes,
Yeah.
I'm straight and this is my only line. For the rest, I'm always willing to explore new spaces depending how far the other person wishes to push the limit and how much trust we have in one another. He says the most common request he gets is the 50 Shades of Grey experience.
Okay, can I just pause right there? I remember when the 50 Shades of Grey came out, and I remember everybody at my studio, moms, reading this book. And I remember when this movie came out, it was like your cookie cutter, like housewife going to see this. My question with this all the time, why don't you just ask for that? Like, what is the problem with being like, hey, I'm really into this. I think that I want to do this with your husband or whatever. Like, why are you scared to ask for it? If you're having lame sex, say something. No?
I don't know. I would imagine that's 50 Shades. First off, I mean, that's like so crazy, right? I get it. It's a fantasy, whatever. But I mean, are you really going to have some sociopathic type of crazy guy like that? That's not sexy. I mean, you can take any billionaire. And I don't know who you are. It's more the guy can do all the stuff. So there's a fantasy behind that. The guy's okay looking at the movie, right? It's a handsome guy, but that like you couldn't take someone who's making $50,000 a year and do all that shit to somebody else. They'd be like, you're gonna call the police.
You mean all the package of it?
Correct.
I was talking about just the sexual part of like the smacking around or whatever.
I don't know. Was that a turn on for y'all? Like when you saw? I mean,
haven't
I'm asking,
seen it.
You have no.
I was so
I've seen little bits and pieces of
disappointed
it,
in that
but
movie. I was so like lame, so disappointed.
It was not something where I was like, that's pretty badass. I remember thinking, this is so stupid. Like this not even realistic. But
No.
for sure, we know that there are some women out there who's like, it's the best. for sure.
Yeah, 'cause
Those,
they're
I
getting-
remember those dance moms. That's
they're
what I
getting
remember the
cookie
most.
cutter sex at home. And like I have said, if you're sick of the lame ass sex, then say something to your partner. Be like, I'm fucking bored. Like, let's go to the sex store together. Let's go. Like, what is so weird about that?
That's probably something you can't articulate that way. This.
Oh, no,
sucks,
I would.
Ray. This is horrible.
No, I would.
I don't believe you at all. No, you wouldn't.
What's that?
No, you wouldn't. If it was someone you were dating for a long time and you were married to him, you would be like, "Hey, our sex sucks." Like,
Yeah, pretty much.
would
Why
you?
would? Hold on. This is one life, and if our sex life sucks, I'm not going to lie to you about it. Just say you don't fake an orgasm. Why do you do that? Why?
Yeah.
Because I'm the one not having fun. And if you're not having fun with me, we're gonna go.
So
Let's go.
awesome.
I just think you have to be honest. People are not honest in relationships, and that is why there are problems. You've got to be honest. If your sex is boring, say something to that person. And I mean, you have to paint it a little nicer.
Of course.
Like, hey, we're kind of just doing the same thing over and over and over. Like, let's go try to do something else. I used to want to bring stuff to the moms of the studio and be like, here, take this home with you and have fun because you need it.
This is basket.
I have this basket that I'm delivering.
Wow. What's in the basket?
It's a sex basket. Well, a toy basket, a love basket.
Who's that going to?
My
So
friend.
specifically, but
Oh, well,
A
one
friend
of our
ordered
friends.
it.
A friend ordered it, so we had to bring it in because the candles will melt. So the candles are edible.
what? Let me see
Yeah.
this.
We have some people that order
like
a monthly
glued.
basket and they just want to be surprised.
Yeah, there's a vibrator in there. You can't take it apart though.
I won't take it apart. I'm just curious.
Yeah,
Wow.
like edible oil or lotion.
Y'all aren't playing around at all.
No.
Wow.
There's like a Hitachi magic wand in there.
Hitachi magic wand.
Wow. The fact that you can know
Um,
your vibrators, like, it's the Magic Wand 2001.
Well, I mean, we do. Yes, if you need sex toy questions, I am happy to. What I guess? Oh, there's like, no, that's not in here.
That's pretty cool.
Arousal balm,
Wow.
There's like,
toasted coconut.
there's actually cards in there that
Your coupon,
coupons for certain things so that your sex
Yeah.
life can get more exciting. And
lingerie,
you give them-
obviously.
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel like these types of things wouldn't be needed if people were just honest.
Yeah. I hear you.
And if you're with someone for a while, like you're really nervous to like tell them something. Don't
That's
you
a
have to
problem. That's a problem
communicate?
altogether in the first place.
I mean, I think we need to be honest
Yeah.
about stuff.
Especially if you're stuck in the marriage. It's a marriage you're stuck in. You gotta be honest about it for sure.
I mean,
Well,
to
that's
all
what-
fairness, I've never been married, so
But that's what happens, and that's why marriages fall apart, though. That it becomes a normal thing,
Yeah.
and then it goes from less and less and less sex to no sex at all for years with some people,
I can't even imagine.
and that is a real thing. And then you have the affairs and the cheating, and then you have the divorce, and everyone goes, "What happened?"
Yeah.
And it always falls back to that.
Wow.
It really does. I mean.
well, that's why like sometimes we joke about it, but it is really, I mean, really for a marriage, I think, or anybody who's been together a long time. Like she has said that the marriages that last longest are, and you talk to them, they are still.
That
having
is
sex.
always the same. I get the same answer. Always. Always.
The intimacy.
Yeah, have a good sex life.
Yeah.
You can't let stuff get in the way, no matter how tired. I mean, you've got to still try, and they do say to try to do what you did in the beginking.
That's always the
Yeah.
most important. And that always goes back to the man. And we say sometimes, and you said it last time too, yeah, but I want that done. Like, I would like the woman to take more initiative, whatever. It is natural. If the man takes the initiative, the woman will be like, oh, wow. And then give back anyways.
I think so I can see that. I think where a man, or I would want a woman to every so often take the initiative, is because we're way more physical. We're way
Right.
more touch. You ladies are more like emotional and
Yep.
whatnot. So that's part of like a turn on to have someone else initiate as opposed to being the person
Well, I
who
think
initiates.
every once in a while, like if they like come out like in a lingerie outfit, like unexpectedly, you'd probably be like, whoa, like
Yeah.
that's fun.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, that's took me off guard. And then you just kind of make something exciting out of it. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
But then you
For
wouldn't have
sure.
to be having male escorts.
That's
if
right.
You would just be
Going back to the
honest.
topic here.
I remember a friend of mine, this is a long time ago, she, on an anniversary, actually, they had money. So sometimes money plays a role too. If you
Sure.
don't have money, it makes things
Hard.
harder. But they had money, and she actually hired a limo. and she picked up her husband from work, and she went in just a coat, nothing underneath. I remember that. Like, it was really, really
Yeah.
cool. And they went for a weekend getaway somewhere.
So that's cool.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
But that's, that goes to the point of switching it up, changing it
Yeah.
up for sure. So that's good.
Right.
Yeah. So I feel like if people were more honest, just don't be shy. I feel like people get very uncomfortable when it comes to talking about sex sometimes.
That, you know what? It's funny because it's so taboo to talk about, even when they're married, and when someone's married. Not to everybody at all. Yeah, but I think you're right. You got to be vocal about it because it is. I mean, if it doesn't get said, it's not gonna be said, and
Then you're gonna have resentment, and then
That's
you're
right.
like gonna get mad, and nobody knows what's happening. And
yeah.
all that stuff.
Do you know that there is actually every town has Gigolo hangouts?
No.
Really?
Every
Dallas?
city has Gigolo hangouts.
All right.
Gigolo's
I'm gonna
regular.
find it.
I'm curious.
I'm gonna make
Gigolo hangouts?
Gigolo hangouts. They regularly find themselves at the same venues looking for clients. In Miami, it's the Delano Hotel. In New York, the Mercer Hotel. And in London, Sketch Nightclub. Mostly women
Sketch, that
approaching.
sounds good.
As I'm good looking, it's easy to catch their attention. They're usually predatory, honest, and confident, so there's no confusion over what we're getting into.
Wow.
Mhm.
That's crazy. That is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Rules include never asking a client's age
Oh wow.
or stealing another gigolo's sugar mama.
Have you seen Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo?
Yes.
This is what this reminds me of.
Exactly. It seems like it's more natural. This sounds so stupid I say this, but it seems like it's more natural to envision a woman doing this as opposed to a guy. Because when I picture a guy doing this, I picture Deuce Bigelow for sure.
Me too.
Like, just so awkward and so
That's
stupid.
what I picture too. Or how do you even go about being the woman who find? Oh, I guess like guys.
Some of
I guess
guys do, I'm
an
assuming.
energy.
Yeah.
What does an average session with a client involve? Can vary so much, but there's lots of hotels, nice bars, restaurants, long drives in the countryside, shopping trips, weekend getaways, quiet evenings around the fireplace, massages, BDSM sessions. Last week, after an intense session with a client, we ordered room service and then decided to go for a late night drive through central London.
So they must have people who are like they must have what's it called, like a returning client.
I
Like
think
they
so.
must have relationships with
Mhm.
these people,
Well,
right?
I mean, just like you're saying about your friends, twice a month.
True.
I mean,
Yeah. Because I mean, how comfortable, how awkward though to be the woman going shopping with the guy and like buying him stuff. Like I'm seeing
Yeah.
the reverse of that. How weird. Here,
That's
take your
very
shopping
strange.
bag.
That would. How awkward would it be for a guy to let a girl take him shopping? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Would not be weird at all.
I don't see it being,
I've never. I mean,
I
yeah.
don't really see it being a shopping thing. It's just something you come, next time you're over here, you go, here you go. I got you some gifts. You know what I mean?
Well, he said shopping trip.
Oh, that's weird though.
I just can't. I'm like picturing the reverse of
Maybe it
like
was for toys.
a woman, maybe a woman walking next to a guy with like a bunch of shopping bags. Like that's all I see. Like that's just reads like
Pretty woman like.
Pretty woman.
yeah, but the reverse.
Pretty woman reverse.
Oh, so my fiance took me for my birthday. She took me shopping. And,
But that's your birthday.
Yeah. But
It's
I'm just
different.
I'm thinking from the standpoint of just like having bags and stuff like that. That would be pretty funny. I'd feel pretty cool to have some female holding my bags. I'm shopping. Like, thank you.
Oh my god, I couldn't do it.
That's too funny.
This guy says that he gets very annoyed when women ask him how big his dick is because he goes, this is not the client I'm looking for, because imagine calling up a female escort and asking her off the bat how tight her vagina is.
That sounds stupid.
That sounds so stupid.
That does sound dumb. I'm offended. I'm offended. I'm a male escort. I'm offended.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yes,
say,
look at
I don't
this.
think. Yeah,
That guy's stupid.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Have any of your clients ever overstepped the mark, either physically or emotionally?
What?
Yes,
That sounds
occasionally.
stupid.
If they had too much to drink.
what do you expect? I
Well,
mean,
I can imagine what is overstepping the mark physically. Like that doesn't sound. That sounds stupid.
I think. Oh yeah, physically, but I guess
I think
emotionally would be like, "I love you." or-
Yeah. Oh, he's so much.
Oh, this is. How often do you see couples and what do you do with them? This is, by the way, another gigolo that is talking about this. He says, I'm happy to see couples, but my preference is one-on-one with a woman. Couples usually ask for me to fuck the woman while the guys watch and jerks off. which is a strange experience when it first happens, but pretty standard in this line of work.
Oh my God.
I'm straight, so I don't do anything with guys, but sometimes the woman wants us both to fuck her at the same time.
Oh my God.
Okay.
How comfortable, like, do you have to be with yourself to, like, be this close to, like, another guy's penis? Like, y'all are, like, touching almost.
I'm sorry. What?
Like, if you're both having sex with her, like, double penetration.
You don't have to both be in the same
Vicinity.
area.
Yeah.
But if you are, like,
I don't. This one I can't speak to. I've never had that happen.
but I'm saying, like, if she wants double penetration, there's
Well,
one.
he said he doesn't do anything with guys. I would consider that doing something with a guy.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Maybe-
how comfortable do you have to be that, like, one dick is in the asshole, one dick is in the vagina, and your dicks are, like, this close together?
Wow.
Do you feel gay?
Couldn't tell you.
I don't know. I've never had that happen.
Me neither. I was just curious.
Never been around a naked guy that way.
Sounds
so-
pretty gay to me.
Sounds pretty. Not a good. It sounds like a bad experience altogether.
Yeah.
This makes me feel nervous.
I just felt a little anxious just that question. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what to do with my hands. I don't know.
Bernie.
It's like, next subject, please.
Yeah, just know you finally got me a little anxious. I understand what you guys are feeling now.
Bernie was like, I really enjoy this podcast till just this moment.
This gives me too anxiety. He's going to text us later. This is not for
It's
me.
not working for me. No.
Oh, stop being a baby.
It's too funny. That's too funny.
I felt your anxiety.
Then I was like, I don't know how it goes. I don't know.
Not sure.
That is funny. I think we should call Miss Polly. We
Yeah,
Miss
that's a good
Polly.
idea.
That's too funny.
Polly.
Miss Polly, what do you think about this? I'm curious to see what she's going to think about this. Is it gay or no?
We're gonna ask her 2 questions.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's the music y'all are talking about. I missed it last time.
Spider hates
I
it.
do.
Skype got some cool music.
That's because I've heard it so many
Miss
times.
Polly, we're so excited to ask you. I can't wait. Let's just get to it with the
Right.
jingle.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is Penis and Pussy Talk.
With Miss Polly.
So, Miss Polly, we actually have 2 questions for you on this one. One that you might not be prepared for, but Bernie has a burning question for you.
All
Bernie
right.
has a burning question.
You might need to see a doctor about that burning.
I'll let Marcella ask this question. She asked it in a very articulate way. So
if well, I was saying I think a man has to be super comfortable with his sexuality to do double penetration, because if their dicks are so close together, like, have you ever experienced that before?
Yes.
Oh.
And they do have to be very comfortable with that.
Does that mean they're gay?
No.
No, why?
No.
I don't know. That's
No.
like
I wouldn't think they'd be gay. They're
They're
just
I
both
wouldn't
having
either.
sex with a woman.
yeah.
2 guys together.
It's all about the girl. Hello.
Yeah.
So, question,
What's
Miss
it mean?
Polly, have you ever experienced this situation?
I thought I said yes.
Yeah, she
Ooh,
did.
I didn't
She's
catch
like,
that.
I thought, listen.
How was that experience?
It was pretty amazing, actually,
Wow.
because it was all about me.
Yeah.
You know,
Interesting.
2 guys concentrating on my pleasure. Yeah. I'm down with that.
So the question's been answered.
Yeah.
There's no gayness to it at all.
Yeah. At all.
Interesting.
Not at all. I mean, they were both extremely hetero males.
I mean, you see it in porn. I mean, I would assume.
That's not
Yeah.
realistic, though.
I
That's-
know,
that
but I'm
wouldn't-
just saying.
So how did that whole thing? How did you guys get into that? Did you just go meet for some wine? You're like, hey, let's go. I mean, how did y'all segue into that?
Actually, it was kind of more or less at my bequest, I guess, or my request in terms of, you know, when asked what was your ultimate fantasy, and I'm like, well, honestly, it's DP.
Would
So-
you do it again?
You know. Uh-huh.
Miss Polly's a G.
She is a G. She's-
Wow.
Yeah.
She's a what?
A G.
Absolutely.
What does that mean?
Like, she's like gangster.
Gangsta.
Gangster.
So have you only done that one?
Man,
Have you done that
I'm
more
so
than once?
gangster.
Have you done that more than one time?
Yes.
Wow.
Oh.
You are like a freaky gangster is what it is.
I mean, I know people who've done it to girls, but I'm not going to say who they are right now.
Clearly, the gay was one you walked in on.
No, oh God, no. He has 2 girls. Not that was any better, but better. But better. No, but I do have friends who have done that too. Actually, I have male friends who have done double penetration while another guy is actually getting a blowjob. So all 3.
Man,
That's what we call airtight.
Airtight? Oh my
That's a
God.
little, I mean, that was a little more than I could really concentrate on.
Whoa.
You know,
wow.
There's a line.
There's no line at all. There was clearly not a line.
there is, because you're not exactly, I mean, you're touching, but you're not.
Right.
I mean, seriously, I mean, there's a very thin membrane that still does separate the vagina from the anal cavity. So there's still separation, but I mean, it's even more erotic because they can feel each other.
All right, doctor.
What? They can feel each other?
Gynecologist,
Yeah.
quit it right now. There's no difference.
Wait, they can feel each other like in you?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's between the anus there. There's like a very small.
It's very,
tissue.
very, very thin membrane that separates the two. Yeah.
Oh.
I can assure you.
Wow.
I've never done this, but I can assure you, there's not one guy thinking, "Oh, I hope my dick doesn't touch the other person's dick through the tissue." They're just thinking,
Right.
They're just thinking this feels great.
Yeah. And that
Exactly. I mean, my God, it's going to be tight for both of them, and
Probably
you know,
tighter if you, it's got to be tighter.
Oh yeah. I mean, definitely tighter.
that is
It's like having your hand, having your hand and squeezing really, really hard
on the penis.
Mhm.
Yeah.
on the penis. Yeah.
That was question 1.
Yeah. This is penis and pussy talk with Holly. So here we go.
She's like, finally, I get a good question.
I know. Now,
Finally, something I know about.
That's so funny.
so we were just talking about confessions of a high-class callboy gigolo male escort, and my question to you is, if you could, would you hire a male escort gigolo for yourself?
Yes.
And why?
Really?
And how much would you pay him?
Well, I guess it would be commiserate with what I'm asking them to escort me for. Is it to make my high school friends jealous? Of course. Is it to not have to deal with dating anyone and wanting, having a professional dinner party or even a casual dinner party that you're having to go to, and that everybody else is going to have a couple.
Date.
There's going to be a couple,
So-
and you're the only single person there,
So,
and you don't want to.
Bernie has
Yeah.
a question.
Have you ever?
Okay.
Have you ever?
Hired an escort? No, that's a simple black and white yes or no.
Actually, I was the escort.
Really? How was that?
Well, just briefly. It was just like for one or two things, But if I were in a similar situation on the other reverse side, heck yeah.
Yeah.
And it would just
Interesting.
really depend on what I was needing them for. And I mean, do I want to sleep with an escort?
Oh,
No,
this is
'cause I can
interesting.
It's
really-
really interesting.
So you would rather
Because sometimes it happens.
yeah, so you would rather hire for like just the companionship and not the sex part.
True.
Oh, I think that's very interesting. And I
Yes.
wonder if there's a lot of women that feel the same way you do. Because I wonder,
Yes, I would think there would be.
that's very
I don't
interesting.
necessarily want to sleep with you, but sometimes just to shut up the people and make them either jealous or just, back off, or, you sometimes want that somebody to, be really good looking and everybody to say, oh my God, did you see who she came with?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
That is very
You
interesting.
want that. Mm-hmm.
I like your take on it.
I know. So that brings us to the question of the day.
That was not the question of the day. That was like
That's
pretty awesome. That may be better than the question of the day, this topic.
The two posh girls ask the question of the day.
With all this talk, the question of the
Gigolo
day
talk.
That's right.
is what kind of underwear do you prefer wearing?
All right.
who's going first?
Oh, I will. Boxer briefs. The brighter the color, the better. They're purple today.
I can totally
Really?
see that.
Why
Totally
is
see
that?
that.
So why is that?
I just like
I
bright
love it.
colors in general.
He's always
And
bright.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That continues to my underwear.
Ms. Polly.
I actually prefer the high cut, thigh high, I guess, thigh cut. I don't know what it is. It's a high cut panty, but having, I know this is going to sound strange. I love bright colors myself, so I like multicolors.
Oh.
But if I'm wanting to be sexy, I like lace.
Oh.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
not
You
even
like
a
what?
question.
Waist?
Lace.
Lace.
I was gonna say waist. I'm like,
Lace.
what? Oh, okay.
But the reason I like a full panty is because I have a lot of junk in my trunk and always have.
Yep.
And I hate picking my underwear out of my butt.
That's such a great reason.
That's too funny.
Could not be more honest.
I mean, two posh underwear, of course.
yeah,
That was
no
the
kidding.
question.
Is that a real question for you
Yeah.
too?
Right. Bernie.
It depends. When I want to feel sexy, no, I'm just kidding. I'm a
When you want
boxer.
to feel sexy, you
That's
wear
right.
nothing at all.
See, I can't do nothing at all because I need something to hold me in
No.
because it's not comfortable. So, I mean,
No,
I
you
know.
don't want
No,
that
it's just
thing
flopping around.
Yeah,
Nobody
hitting
wants
your
that
legs.
flopping
You're like,
around.
oh,
Yeah.
God.
Nobody
Not at all.
wants
I mean,
that
that-
flopping around.
Yeah, that is it just there's nothing sexy about it at all. I'm all sweaty in my balls,
No,
and it's just not working right.
No.
It's just not good. So no, I like boxer briefs,
Nope.
like the tighter kind of boxer
Get it.
briefs.
Stella?
Well, this all depends because either a thong or the little boy shorts or nothing. Because I can't wear a dress with like lines cutting into me. So sometimes there's nothing.
So you'll wear a dress with nothing. And so what happens when? So I mean, I've got to imagine if you're wearing like a sundress, you're wearing nothing. Like what happens when it goes? Whoosh? Just happens.
Hopefully
Someone
someone's
gets
not
a show.
behind
Yeah,
me.
that's right.
This is an honest place. I don't know. Nothing.
This is a circle of trust.
Yeah. Until it goes out there.
That's right.
No, nothing. Typically nothing.
On that note, thank you all for listening.
Thank
Have
you.
a great day.
Talk to you, Miss Polly, soon.
Bye.
Bye.